chat on. See, TikTok says it's notifying.
Perfect.
Let's see, we got Joseph in here. We got user 1126. Cusher's in. What's up, guys? Another day of betting. We've had a nice start to the month too. Yesterday 2-2, but we've had, we're still up over 4 units, in 4 days. Can't complain about that progress right there.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Let's keep it going. They'll get to 30 over in the month.
Yep, that's the dream right there. And we are starting to go over. You got a list of potential home runs. We're going through every game right now. We don't necessarily have home runs on the list, but we can definitely, talk some home run props as we get into it. Thank you guys for the likes already. Let's keep it rolling. So let's start up top with the first game. This game, starting pretty much right now. Diamondbacks Braves, Brandon Fad under 4.5 strikeouts in this.
Yep. So game just started. They just ended the first inning. He did get one in the first inning, but he's under in 3 of his first 4 starts. He's averaging just under 4 Ks in his last 10 starts. And the Braves lineup have hit him really well, like in their careers. They're hitting over 300 against him lifetime. So, no, I don't mind that play at all. And sneaky kind of like the Braves, but I think it's going to be a good game either way.
Yeah, it should be a good game right there. And actually, we got Mikey said he started following in 2022. That is crazy right there. Well, thank you for he said hopes you become the new Skip. I don't know if Skip Bayless is the one, but I do appreciate that. If we get Skip Bayless's following here, we're gonna have a lot of people making a lot of money off of our bets. I do know that. Well, thank you for being here since day one. That's really, really cool to hear, actually. Do you play run lines? And if so, do you like the Yankees today? Let's see, where are the Yankees on this slate? We will get to the Yankees soon. And we do some run lines. We're more on the money lines, but with our positive EV group, we did take Twins run line yesterday. That was a nice cash for us there. So there's definitely value on run lines, and we take it when we see it. Our next game, Royals Cardinals, game 1, doubleheader here. Miles Mikolas over 2.5 strikeouts. I mean, I gotta think he's got 3 in him here.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a little juicy, but why is it 2.5? I mean, he is over in his last 4 starts, but exactly, it's juicy. But I don't mind this play at all. He's been going pretty deep into games. You get him out there enough innings, you're going to find your way to get to 3.
Yeah, I got to think so. And even 5 innings, like 15 outs is not a lot to ask, right? And he can likely pitch in the 6th today. Yeah. Mikey said 3 years later, still pushing, keep it going. Hey, we're working, and we're making people more money now than we ever have too. So it's the best is yet to come. So we're excited about that for sure. Tigers, White Sox for our next game. Sean Burke over 4.5 hits allowed.
Yeah, just seems like a pretty low number again. Like with the Tigers going, their lineup's been pretty solid. But he's over in 3 of his last 4 starts. And yeah, it's kind of just a numbers play. I know it's minus 130, but that's not a bad play there at all. Get to 5 hits.
Yep. I think that's a very, very doable one right there to achieve. Phillies, Blue Jays, a solid matchup here. Chris Bassett under 17.5 total outs. Just before you even get to the data, anytime a number's that big against a lineup this good, I'm intrigued.
Right, absolutely. And yeah, under in 3 of his last 4. Now, he started the season crazy hot, Chris Bassett was. But in May, his ERA was over 5, and in his last 2 starts, it's over 10. So he's fallen off the cliff. Now's the time to jump on it. I like it a lot.
And you got to think the confidence is, not at an all-time high right now for him, and going up against a lineup as powerful as the Phillies. I know Trey Turner's been, hitting really well. Schwarber's obviously having like almost a career year right now so far. Right. So yeah, that's not a lineup you want to face. Tavi said, "What's up? How we doing today? We're good. We're giving you guys the bets right now, giving you some of the best player props here. We'll go over our free play in a little bit too. Got a lot of value on our card today for the VIP as well. But these props that are all free have a ton of value in them as well. Orioles, Mariners, Lodi Taveras under half a single, minus 149. So, I mean, this is market's pretty much saying, it's a stretch to say he's going to get on base today.
Right. And yeah, and we've had success going under on the single numbers. But under his last 5 and 8 of 10, just numbers play. He hasn't been getting hits at all. Just keep it under a single.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one. The metrics are there for it. Padres, Giants, Robbie Ray on the mound, over 5.5 strikeouts. This is a good game. 5.5 Ks. He's very capable. Also going up against a lineup though that doesn't strike out a ton. So what do you see in this one?
Yep, absolutely. So it is a little sketchy because the Padres don't strike out a ton, but he's getting this number every time. He's over in his last 4 starts, 8 out of 10. He's averaging over 7 in his last 10 starts. And then, yeah, and his total outs line is actually 18 and a half outs, which is huge. So they're expecting him to be in the game a long time. Just try to find a way to get to the 6th strikeout.
Yeah, definitely. And then we had Mikey asked, how much is the premium stuff? Are you dropping this on your Discord? All these player props are on the Discord, the free plays on the Discord. For our premium card, which we're up over 4 units on the month so far, we've got different packages there. But since you guys are joining us on the live, you guys can use promo code TAKES, TAKES, for 33% off your package. So that definitely helps with that cost a little bit. Get in for a month or however long you're looking to get in. But if you got questions, just feel free to DM us too. We'll always get back to you guys on anything you got questions on there. So appreciate the likes too. We're having a strong live. Yep. Yeah, Mikey, that's it right there. TAKES. Kodak's in asking money line locks. We're finishing up with the player props, and then we'll go through some of these money lines that we're liking. We're about halfway through the slate right now. So let's hit the game of the day. Mets Dodgers. Great series so far. David Peterson under 5.5 hits allowed. Plus 115. This one's, you're facing a great lineup, but we got metrics on
Right.
this.
It's a little scary. It obviously is. It's plus money for a reason, but he's under in his last 6 starts. His total outs line is only 15 and a half. You can't think he's going to be in there that long. He could get into trouble and still not give up 6. At plus money, I don't mind.
Yep. And like we've talked about before, if he's really pitching bad, he's going to get taken out before
Right.
6 hits.
Right.
So
It's just all about
there's a lot
timing.
of combinations. It is. Yep. And hopefully for his sake, he either pitches really well or really bad early on and gets pulled.
Right.
For this line there. But there's a couple different possibilities, which is nice. And at plus money, it's not a bad play
Right.
at all. Now, Astros Pirates, Isaac Kinner Falafa under half a single minus 111. Another single line. We always kind of like those.
Right. He's 3 for 16 lifetime against Framber Valdez. That's who's on the mound today. And against righties, he's hitting 325. Against lefties, he's only hitting 244. That's a pretty big split. Let's fade him against lefties. I don't mind this at all. You're getting pretty good value.
Yep. Oh, and then we got Peterson for what? That was David Peterson under 5.5 hits allowed. And then we got LIPPIL Lipple. Sean, what's going on from X there? Let us know what questions you got on the slate today. We'll be happy to answer any of them. Our next game, Cubs Nationals. A little disappointed in how the Cubs played yesterday in this game. Now you've got Jake Irvin over 3.5 strikeouts minus 140.
Yeah, so he's over in 2 of his last 3 starts, and then 4 of the last 5 starting pitchers against the Cubs have pretty much sailed over 4 strikeouts. They're the Cubs lineup's in a little bit of a dip right now. They're not as consistent as they were. They can still score a bunch of runs, but they can strike out too. So I don't mind this line at 3.5. It's a little juicy, but 3.5 is a pretty low number for that.
Yeah, and I think Irvin's biggest thing here is to not just get shelled early on. And like you said, the Cubs line, it's not as hot as it was, if we talked about this a couple weeks ago. So that gives definitely some more confidence. And you can see minus 144, the market has confidence in that as well. Now, Guardians, Yankees, one of, maybe aside from his start against the Dodgers, by far the best pitcher in baseball so far this year, Max Fried, under 5.5 hits allowed, minus 170. I think this is a great parlay leg.
Yep, this is a great parlay leg. So really, he's over in his last 2 starts. So his last 2 starts have been a little shaky, but the first 8 starts before that, he was way under this number. I like him getting back to who he is. I mean, honestly, good. That Mikolas over 2.5 Ks, that's going to get you to plus money, and that's not bad at all.
Not bad at all right there. We got asked Astros Pirates under 4 first 5. I did see some stuff. Not bad on that game. Do you have any opinion in that?
It's been a low scoring series. I mean, that's just been an under series. I mean, I don't mind it. No.
And then let's see. Yeah, 2 more games on the slate. Rangers Rays. Brandon Lowe over half a single here. I mean, he's been a hits machine this year. So
it was either this one or total bases. Total bases is plus 125. I don't mind either one really, but the plus 100 over half a single, 6 of his last 9 games. He's still red hot. He's getting on base. So yesterday he hit a home run, so that would have been one where you wishing you were taking the bases. I honestly don't mind either play.
Yeah.
You're going to get more, it's juicier going to the bases with plus 125, but I don't mind it either way. I like him a lot, and he's been cashing for us right and left.
Yeah, no, he has been one of the most profitable players we've talked about here. And then in game 2 of a doubleheader now, Royals-Cardinals game 2, Matthew Oderator over 4.5 strikeouts plus 116 in this
Yeah,
one.
tread lightly with this because we don't know what's in the first game if they blow their bullpen. So this is all very depending on the first game. But just numbers wise, he's over in 2 of his last 3 starts and over 60% of all his starts this season, and he's gone at least 6 innings in 7 of his 10 starts. So that's another thing. He's been out there and he stayed out there. So the numbers will come, the strikeouts will come if you're out there.
Yeah, and then for everyone on TikTok, we just tried this for the first time. You can send us a direct message right now. We'll give you guys the promo code for the VIP if you send us a message in this live. So definitely, take advantage of the discounts. You get them for being in the live audience, for being such a great audience. Chipper asked, "Did you take the Braves?" We did not have a money line pick in that. Prop was Brandon Fad under 4.5 Ks, but we didn't have any official plays in this game. It's part of one of our parlays. We've got a total in here,
Yes,
right?
and our model does like the Diamondbacks though.
Yeah, but yeah, it should just be a great game. Twins money line. Twins I think should definitely be able to walk away with a win here. Not bad value on the run line as well in that game. Let's see. We had another question. What did you take for the Astros game? So Astros best prop there, Isaac Kinner Falafel under half a single, and then we don't have any VIP plays in that game,
No,
do we?
but like he was saying earlier, the under in the first 5 or even the under total game, I don't mind at all.
Yeah.
Those offenses have both been struggling. Feel like they're both getting shut out all the time.
Let's see. Braves now. What is let's see, what is that live right now?
Zeros, bottom of the second.
I don't know if there'd be any live betting trends in that. Actually, let me pull up a
Bad's kind of cruising along right now. He's only at 21 pitches. He's about to get out of the second inning.
and his prop was
Strikeouts.
did he get another
I
strikeout
think he
in
got
that?
one more, so he's at 2. But he's cruising. He might be out there for a while. That prop might be, not great.
Yeah, we'll see if they can't find a way to hit him. Mitch Spence under 3.5 Ks.
This the A's pitcher today. So there was no prop. There was no props this morning for that line because they didn't release any of the pitchers. So we didn't have a good prop there with value wise. Yeah, I don't mind it. I think anything with Twins in it prop wise, I think the Twins are going to run away with this series.
Yeah, they've been playing like they will. Phillies question mark. Let's see that Phillies game against the Blue Jays. I mean, we do have Bassett going under, so I think that would correlate pretty well with Phillies getting a win here.
Blue Jays kind of stole one yesterday in the bottom of the ninth on a walk-off. Yeah, I like the Phillies today. That would probably be one of the top 3, really, if I think about it, for money line ones.
Yeah, I think we could go through and get our top 3. Kodak asked about Tigers money line, and then we'll get to NBA right after that. If we were to make a top 3, the Phillies definitely a solid team to be in it. I don't know how you feel, more than I do on this. Cubs, I got to think it's a good bounce back spot.
Don't mind the Cubs at all. I kind of like the Yankees with Max Fried on the mound.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid one. Phillies, Cubs, Yankees. If you guys wanted a 3-team, parlay going into that. And then we got asked about NBA. We do have the finals start tonight. I might have a couple hot takes on this. So let me pull up betting splits really quick.
I saw a couple good numbers today that I could,
So for the spread, 9.5, OKC, 49% of the bets, 55% of the money. And on the money line, unpredictable. Or very predictable that the Pacers are going to get a bigger split because they're an underdog at plus 360 right now. 34% of the bet, 67% of the money coming in. What is your take on not only the series, but game 1 specifically here?
All right. Well, so game 1, a good historical trend. The last 20 years, NBA Finals game 1s, home teams are 17-3 against the spread. I do kind of think the Thunder run with it, but 17-3 is a big number there. But then obviously the Thunder being at home in the playoffs, they're winning by an average of 29 points a game. They're 8-1. It's one of those things where nobody on the planet believes in the Pacers. I mean, I think game 1 or 2 is going to be a blowout. Now, which one is it? When they're going to make one competitive in Oklahoma City, you got to figure out which one it is.
Yep, and My gut, before, if you asked me a week ago, I would have said this is a 5-game series. For some reason, I think the Pacers, they're just a scrappy team, and I think everybody's sleeping on them too much now. Where I don't know, I don't think an upset's going to happen tonight, but I've got this weird feeling the Pacers are going to be just uber competitive here tonight. So my gut's telling me Pacers spread in this game. Not betting that for everybody out here. I'm not touching this game. We have player props that we love in this game, and I think that's a way better angle right now.
Right.
But I think the Pacers are going to shock some people. I don't think they're going to win the finals, but I think that they will. They'll be more competitive than what's almost a double-digit spread right here. But it could, like you said, it could be completely wrong, and they could lose by 20 just as easily as they can win this game. So I'm torn. I'm excited to watch.
Well, I hope it's competitive. Everybody's already talked about the rating stuff. I'd hope it's competitive, but I think it's game 1 or game 2. They're going to have a chance. Now, which one is? I think they have to make it tonight. If they make it close tonight, I could see them just getting blown out tomorrow, or 2 days or whatever. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I think if I had to lay money down on it tonight, I think I'm going Thunder minus.
Yeah. No, I can't fault you for that. I'll be on the opposite side of that one. But it's not a super confident pick, if you will, right there. And then we're getting asked about player props on this game. So the one that we do have, let me hit our free play real quick. So we really like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the MVP, on an under today. Under 7.5 assists. You guys can get those odds -145 on DraftKings. It's a positive EV play. FanDuel has this line at -178, which is just an enormous difference in the market there. So DraftKings, this line really should be more at -178, -180s. DraftKings has it lacking. You can take advantage of it there. If you guys do not have DraftKings, you can only bet it on FanDuel or another book. You can parlay that with, or were we
We're
on
the Diamondbacks, which already started, but go Cubs on the other end. You're going to get Cubs at a little bit of a worse number, but over 1.5 runs, you can get that parlay down.
And then if let's see, someone said Isaiah Hartenstein under 7.5 rebounds. Didn't really have anything on his rebounds today. We do have more plays in this game. We've got for 2 other props in this game on our VIP card. So if you guys want that, hop in and get the day pass on that. But we like the numbers, that we were able to get in the positive EV market on this game a ton. Cubs money line. Oh no, so that was for Cubs team total over 1.5. If you were going to parlay that with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander under 7.5 assists, if you don't have the positive EV book there, and that's all in the Discord for you guys as well. Kodak asked Mets, Phillies, Twins money line. The Mets are tough, just because it is the Dodgers. Dodgers really are not playing very well right now, though. I will say that.
Not. But I think there's better value Phillies, out there than going Mets today.
Yeah, Phillies, Twins, I think for sure. But yeah, Mets would not be one of the safer ones.
I think Yankees is safer, and that's not that big of a favorite, I don't believe. Not a huge favorite.
Yeah, I think because our original one was Yankees, Cubs,
Phillies.
Was it Phillies? Yeah. And let's see. I'll plug that in real quick, see what type of odds that gives. Any final questions from you guys as well? And again, use code TAKES, 33% off your VIP package. Braves are on the board now, 1-0 here. So that might help the strikeout prop there on FAD. So if you took Phillies, let's see, Yankees and
Cubs
at, let me find them here. Okay, Cubs, that's going to get, that's plus 330. That's not
nothing wrong with that.
No. And if you really liked the Twins beating the A's, that goes to plus 563 if you want a 14.
Then you can add the Tigers.
Yeah, let's see. If we added the Tigers in this, let's see where they at. That is now
10-1
plus 886. Not a bad one. Cliff has SGA at 6.5 assists. I would stay away unless see if they have an alt line on that, but 7.5 was really that number we're looking for on that one. And make sure you guys, that's why the free play texts are so important. You guys can get a text every time we send out a free play. if you're signed up for the free play plan. That's in our bio, but that's completely free, so you're not putting anything in to get in that, and it makes it very easy to get these bets right away when we place them. Kansas money line and -1.5 for the Yankees. Let's see. I don't really love the Royals here. Cardinals,
Doubleheaders are
they're
weird.
kind of a weird. Yeah, and that. Yeah, it's hard to tell how they're gonna play. Let's see. Any final questions, you guys? But overall, I gotta say, I like our card today. 5 plays
Yep.
on it. Let's keep this Diamondbacks Braves game very low scoring here.
Yep.
Not disappointed with how 1-0 game right now, but let's get through the third, fourth, fifth, just scoreless right
Right.
away.
Right.
That's what we
Right.
like to see in these games, and then leave room for a bullpen blunder in there. Like
Sure.
well, it's okay if the bullpen gives up 4 if we're at 1-0. It's not
Right.
okay,
Well,
if, 7-2, and they
as
they
long as we
start.
get 2 runs from the Diamondbacks.
Yep, 2-1, win right here
Right.
would be very
That's
nice.
ideal.
Very nice one. Kodak, one more. Are you looking for one more money line in this? If Kodak wants it. So right now, for Kodak's parlay, we got Tigers, Twins, Cubs, Yankees, Phillies at plus 873.
Okay.
And then we're to take one more.
You know who's been hot? The Rays.
They have been at home. That would push it to plus 1,559.
Like 15-1. You can't beat that.
No. Let's see. Kodak asked any teams to go over. Were there any initial over-unders you were liking here?
Honestly, I almost like the Astros Pirates going under more than like any of them. Let's see. Mets Dodgers, that's an over series.
Yeah, I could see that. And this is the final game of the series, I believe?
I believe so. Yeah, it's 3 game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some fireworks. And it's
I also
9.5.
like a Padres Giants under is a good play too. Two good, pitchers on the mound, Robbie Ray and
Very
Dylan
good.
Cease.
And if we put in now get this, if you added those 3 over-unders into the parlay, you're at 9 picks with 11,000 odds there.
Right, then you can retire.
Not saying to do it, but
Yeah.
but if
Right.
if it hit, you're looking good. $1 to win 111. You keep adding zeros in there. That the profit keeps going up on that
Right.
one.
Right.
What do we think about the Twins game over? Let me see what that's set at right now. Twins.
Those games are high totals every time they play in this minor league ballpark. I mean, it's just
Yes.
scary. But they can score in bunches. I don't know. It is a little scary though. I don't love them because the market's already they've already adjusted to playing there and everything. What is the total now?
It's at 10.
Right. So you're never going to find it lower than 10, which is crazy.
No, and really, if that game was somewhere else, that I wouldn't be surprised if that was 8.5. So it is a lot. And yesterday there was not scoring. I think it was a 3-1 game or something like that. Or the Twins may have gone on a run at the end, but they didn't cover.
But it was still they didn't get to 10.
Yeah. Let's see. Tigers money line. Yeah, I think you're good with that. Let's see. Kodak, you're welcome. Joe said Dodgers winning tonight. I probably would lean that way to bounce back. Top 3 money lines, we had the Phillies, Yankees, and Cubs. Oh, this is interesting. Kodak said you feel OKC game will have a ton of points in it. Let me see what that line is set at right now. It's hard.
The scary part, the blowouts. That's the worst.
Yeah.
That's an overs killer. So,
It's
I don't
set at
know.
230. I would lean under on 230, just off of gut instinct. OKC's defense is great, and Indiana, their defense is a lot better than people realize too. So I think it's going to be both teams. I think are going to try to force the other to use up the shot clock tonight because both teams like to play fast, and if you can counter that and slow them down, that's when you have an advantage over them. So I think Indiana especially is going to try to keep that shot clock going. To not just let OKC run up and down the court all night. So I think that would lead me to say I think under is a better play in this one.
I like that.
Joe asked, do you guys have books? Yeah, we do. Joe, send me a DM. We'll get you all set up. DM on TikTok or on the Discord, and we'll get you taken care of. All right. Well, with that, I think we're set for a day. Let's pick up some wins, and yeah, anytime you guys have questions, just shoot us a message. We'll help you with any of your sports betting endeavors here. That's what we're here for.
All right.
All right. Well, with that, let's win today. Let's sweep the VIP card and